All right, welcome back. As 2025 comes to a close, a lot of people are looking towards the new year.
But we all want to know, what does it have in store for us the new year? So we're looking to the stars.
Yes, we are. Astrologer, poet, and author Heidi Rose Robbins is joining us today. Thank you so much for being here, Heidi Rose.
Hey there.
She is a wonderful person. She's a friend of mine, so I'm just putting that out there.
She passes the test.
I know, she does. The end of the year, of course, for many of us, it feels like a reset. This is where we make our resolutions, that sort of thing.
Resolutions that we won't keep.
That we likely won't keep, exactly. But when it comes to astrology, from an astrological perspective, why do you think people tend to reflect now at the end of the year as we head into the new?
It's such a good question. We are headed for the winter solstice. So on December 21st, the sun will move into the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn is a sign of more stillness. It's a sign of sort of letting go and shedding the old. And so we're sort of preparing ourselves for new purpose and new alignment. But at the end of the year, we get quiet, we get still, we listen, we're like, what do I want next?
Is that a good thing?
I think it is a good thing. I think it is a good thing. But right now we're still in Sagittarius, which is very optimistic, and we sort of look to the big picture, and we set goals for ourselves. So right now we're still in a kind of buoyant, what's next year going to bring?
This is a depressing time for a lot of people because it gets dark so early.
It is.
And
all the more reason to get quiet and not try to be out and about. I know holiday season often asks us to be at 1,000 parties, but really if we were in tune with things, we would be staying home more, maybe writing in our journal, maybe...
writing poetry, that's what you do.
That's what I do, yes. I do
Okay.
love to write poetry.
Right.
It helps me get, it helps me listen.
I think a lot of people are fascinated by this. People are familiar with their sun sign, but there are other positions that you say we should pay a little bit more attention to. So tell me a little bit more about that.
What's your sign?
I'm
if I
Cancer.
said that, and if I say, what's your sign?
Taurus.
Yes.
I'm Pisces. So most of us just know our sun sign.
Yes.
And we assume that's what category we fit into. But you're saying there's
more.
There's more.
There's
we need to be
more.
looking
There's
at.
so much more.
Yeah.
There's so much more. In fact, the rising sign is the sign that was coming up over the horizon the moment that you took your first breath. And we call it actually the sun of possibility. In other words, it's the area that we could give our greatest gift. So for example, Henry, you have Virgo rising, and Virgo has a meticulous attention to detail. And
Which is useful for him.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, it pays meticulous attention. It can see, it refines, it edits, it analyzes. It doesn't just take it at its word. It's like, no, let's get in there.
that is me.
Yeah. So there's a precision to it that you can give as a gift.
And what about Eric?
And Eric, now we don't know for sure because you told me we're not positive about
I had to
your-
ask my mother exactly when I was born, and she said in the evening, and then she said at 10 o'clock, and then she says, maybe it was closer to 11, and I couldn't find my birth certificate to verify any of this. So
Yeah, well, the exact time of birth is important. And as I meet you, I think maybe Capricorn rising, because I had Sagittarius rising, but Capricorn stays.
So what does that mean?
Well, Capricorn is an authority, and Capricorn breathes in his own authority, and Capricorn...
Oh God, that sounds terrible. Sorry.
And Capricorn, becomes the go-to.
That's awful.
No, it's not. No.
Embrace it.
Embrace
I
it.
will.
When you're talking about this, we're showing the charts on the screen, and I
Yeah.
can see them in front of you. There's a lot of stuff going on there, and I'm sorry, I know we have another question, but I mean, what are we looking at when we see that chart?
If you look at all the way around the circle, what we're looking at is the heavens on the page, okay? We're looking at like the two-dimensional picture of the heavens on the page. And if you look at the far left point, that's the rising sign. But if you look all the way around the circle, those are all planets or asteroids or astronomical positions. They all have something to say about who you are. So I like to say they're like voices in the choir, and the choir is you.
What did you discover about Megan? Because we have been trying to figure her out basically for many years.
Many have.
And there's really no answer.
No,
because she
Meg.
doesn't reveal anything.
Please help
And
out
so-
some of the folks viewing this right now too.
Well, Megan is a Leo rising, which Leo rules the heart. Every astrological sign is connected to a part of the body. Leo rules the heart. And so Megan is here, and I don't have to tell you this, to fill the room with warmth, to be authentically herself, to express the full radiance of herself. And she's the authentic leader with Leo rising.
So there's yeah. What about, I know we
Is there anything that
Yeah.
you have learned from Megan
Oh my gosh.
about Megan that we may not know, that may not be evident to us.
Well, you know, I don't know if this is evident to you, but Megan is a Pisces sun and Leo rising, and there's a dance between visibility and invisibility. So you may feel like, I know Megan, but I'm going to say maybe you don't know Megan.
So there's a secret side of Megan, is what
There's
you're saying.
absolutely a secret
Which
side.
is
Oh
what
my
you
God.
already knew. Producer Kristen, I know you did her rising as well, and I
She
wait.
changes the
I'm
subject.
changing the subject. So,
So
you don't,
easy.
So you don't
So
learn
easy to
anything.
see.
But
Oh,
and I
God.
want to know about Kristen's sign. But when we talk about rising in general, so if somebody's at home and they're like, "Well, how do I figure out my rising? What's involved in figuring
You
it
do
out?"
need to know your exact time, date, and place of birth.
Okay.
And now we're in
To
an
the
age-
minute, would that help?
Yeah. You can order your birth certificate online.
yes.
You really do need to do it
All
if you
right.
want an accurate reading.
All right.
And it is the position that it reveals so much about what would bring us soul satisfaction and where we can give our gift. We do something in my work where we do a sun, moon, and rising snapshot where you can just go to HeidiRose.com and you get an audio all about your sun, moon, and rising. It's very specific, and you get a little a greater sense of beyond Taurus sun, beyond Cancer sun, beyond Pisces sun.
And what was Kristen's rising?
Well, this is so beautiful. Sometimes when people work together, you find the resonances. So you and Kristen both have Leo rising. You and Kristen both have a Gemini moon. So you can talk with anyone about anything, and you can be warm to all those you meet, right? So you guys have a
love that.
resonance there.
I love that. And okay, so you talked about the moon, the rising, and the sun.
Yeah.
So those are kind of known as the big three,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
those are kind of, so again, the sun is kind of what we all know ourselves to be. And what does the sun tell us? What does the rising tell us? And what does the moon tell us?
I like to say very simply, the moon has a lot to do with our past or how we were raised or our childhood. The sun has a lot to do with our present personality, and the rising sign has to do with what is possible. So I like to say, like you're born into this area, you get in your sun car and you drive towards the rising sign. And you know, again, we're coming into a time where more and more people do know those big three. I've been doing this a long time.
How do you respond to people who are just saying, I don't believe any of that stuff? I'm skeptical. What do you say to people?
I just smile and I say, you don't have to believe it. I just say, give it a try. It's like a tool. It's like a language. It's a gift for you to more deeply, fully know who you are. And if you do, guess what? How much relief that brings as we come to know ourselves. So I at this point, if somebody's skeptical, I'm like, come, sit down.
Exactly.
I would love to talk with you about it.
People are curious about what you
People
have to
are
say.
curious, and usually within a few minutes, you go from this to like, what's that right there? Do you know what's that? You drop in. It's just a beautiful language. It's not fortune telling. It's not prediction. It is an opportunity for your free will to meet the design of the moment you were born.
And when you look at that, because you gave so many positive outlooks about what could be or what you are and how you are, can you see certain setups though that might be like, okay, might be a great person, but this is a personality trait? I guess what I'm saying is, can you see some negative traits in this?
Every sign has its least evolved manifestation and its most evolved manifestation.
Okay.
Do you know? So like a Virgo rising, you could look at something and you could see the places where it was broken, or you could see, where there can be self-criticism, all the way up to the most devoted, service-oriented, I want to help you kind of energy. So each sign Taurus has a stuckness to it sometimes,
I know about that.
And it's like, I'm not changing, right? And it needs to figure out a way to change so that it can offer its fullest gift, right?
Well, I want to tell folks before we go, you have a couple of books here. I've actually shown our viewers your beautiful book, Everyday Radiance, before. I love it. But then you also have these individual books that represent each sign.
Yeah.
And you've actually given me my rising. So if
Yes.
someone was going to pick one specific one, would you recommend they get one for their sun, for their moon, for their rising? Does it
three. You
matter?
should get all of
Do all three.
No.
Yes.
I mean, if it's new to you, I would start with your sun.
Okay.
But if you're a little bit versed in astrology, I would go to your rising sign.
Yeah.
And they're little love letters. They're astrological love letters that help you understand yourself more fully.
And Heidi's writing is so beautiful. She's a poet. I mean, so just
Just letting you know.
gorgeous.
It's very
Exactly.
fascinating. Think what you
It
want about it.
is.
I think it's fascinating. I think we're always looking for something that gives us just, I don't look at horoscopes daily, but every once in a while, if I happen to, I'm always looking for something positive that I could take away from it. And I think it's, something I think very useful for people to just get your mindset straight.
100%. It is a great gift of encouragement. It's a gift of self-revelation, and it's a gift of compassion. Because if you look around and you go, oh, he's dealing with that, or oh, she's in that realm, it's soothing, and it helps us all be kinder to one another, honestly.
Is this almost a curse for you? Can you meet somebody and say, oh, that person is Sagittarius, Virgo, whatever it is? Like, I've got this person figured out. Those signs are not a good mix.
No. There's always opportunity for them to work well together. I never write anyone off.
Well, that's good.
And finally, going into the new year, anything we should know in terms of the planets and what you're seeing, or just call you? Should we all individually just call you?
Call me. Yeah, there's some big shifts this year that I think will help uplift us all. And particularly February 20th, Saturn and Neptune are in the heavens together. And I'll put it this way: we're dreaming a new dream, and we're acting on it. There's a whole shift after February 20th. So
really?
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, maybe
Will you come back around that time?
I would love to come back and
tell us
more.
all
Yes.
more about the shift. I
would
love
love it.
And you can get more information about Heidi Rose's books. Again, she has Everyday Radiance, and then all the other
Those are great
signs.
stocking
They're
stuffers,
such
by the
great
way.
Stocking
The
stuffers.
books are a great gift.
The individual books. You can go to her website, HeidiRose.com. You can also follow her on Instagram, and that's where you can get her beautiful writing and her horoscopes every day. Her handle is Heidi Rose Robbins. Heidi Rose, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.